Stapling. Hey, good evening, you guys. How's everybody doing tonight? It's Wednesday, so part of my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I actually just counted, and this is video number 46 that I have done since, gosh, I think I started maybe the end of May or something like that. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Yeah, I didn't think it was quite that many, so that would be like week 14 almost. Yeah, like 14 weeks of doing these videos. So that's cool, and it's been a blessing. My husband, it's funny, just the people you know, that I don't even realize, that I don't even know that are watching these videos, and it's such a blessing to me. Absolutely. Hey Debbie, how are you? You're related to Cindy Whitehead, yeah. And Sharon, how are you doing? We missed you at the reunion this summer. So anyways, it's funny, my husband sells real estate, and he showed a house today, and the person with the client, yeah, was like at the end, like, I want to let you know that I've been watching your wife's videos, you know, on YouTube, and you know, it's just cool. It's such a blessing. And I know that I did these for a reason, and I know that God is blessing them. I know that He's allowing them to get to the people that need to see them and need to hear them. And that's awesome. That's what it's for. You know, it's to give hope. Like I say every time, it's to give encouragement. It's to let people know that they're not stuck in their situation that they're in. I'm going to expound on that topic that I put on here today. You know, it's to be able to say, not only like I've been where you are, if you're watching, and you are living and suffering and struggling with fear, anxiety, and panic attacks, depression, the whole thing, right? So I can say, not only have I been there, right? Not only can I say, yes, I've been there. Yes, I was there for 25 years. Yes, I get what it means. I get it. I know what an intense panic attack feels like. You know, I know what that generalized anxiety feels like, you know, day after day. Just, you know, I know the hopeless feeling. You know, I totally get it. I totally get exhausting. All the things that you know what to do or how to do to try to break free from this. I get it. I have been there. But I've also broke free, right? So I've also broke free. Hey Alicia, how are you? And that is what I really, I've said this before, and I'm sorry for you guys who listen to them all the time, but I was so encouraged when I finally heard that somebody felt like I did, right? Because I was 11 years old when these things started. I was 16 before I told my parents. I was in my 20s, well into my 20s, before I finally, like, and I don't even know who it was, but where somebody said to me, yes, you know, I get it. I felt the same way. I feel the same way. I've got the same thing. And it's like, yes, I mean, it just felt good to know I wasn't alone, right? Not like we could help each other, because we just had to say, yeah, that's how we feel, and then kind of walk away from there not knowing what to do, right? But I had somebody that could relate. And I've said it before, even though there's 40 million plus people that are struggling with this and suffering with this throughout this country, you still feel alone and isolated. And this is why I'm on here too, you know, just to let you know you're not alone. You're absolutely not alone. You're in good company, unfortunately. You know, it's an epidemic. It's like an epidemic, you know, and this is an amazing way to reach out to people. You know, I hear so many people that are just like, oh my gosh, Facebook, you know, no, I don't want to have anything to do with that, especially kind of like my generation. I'm 58. That are just like, oh no, I don't want to be on Facebook. I don't like Facebook. It's all about yucky stuff, and it's all about, and you know, is there yucky stuff on here? Sure there is. Is there things that shouldn't be on here? Yes. Is there political things that, yes, there is. But man, it's been a blessing. I mean, it has been a blessing to me. I've met some amazing people through Facebook, and this is just a beautiful way to be able to get out there and do this and do these Facebook Lives and reach so many people, like all over the place. So I'm just like, I like it. You know, I really do. I love it. It's a platform that I can use, and people are being blessed as a result. So I think it's awesome. You know, I really, really do. So, anyways, I am going to get into the topic. I had to look at it a couple times. This was something that I posted one time. I can't see what it is right now, but it was nothing is more painful. Yes, nothing is more painful than staying stuck in something that you can overcome. Nothing is more painful than staying stuck in something that you can overcome. And if you really think about that, you know, that's so true. But so many people that are dealing with this and struggling with this, fear, anxiety, panic attacks, feel stuck. They've exhausted everything. It's horrible, right? It's a horrible way to live. And I think I said this last time too, you know, we've lost like some famous people this summer, you know, a pastor just recently. And why is that? Because they lost hope. Because they said in their heart and mind, I can't do this anymore. I can't live like this anymore. I don't know what else to do. I just feel trapped. I feel, you know, and I get it. I get I can't breathe. I understand. I get I'm having such a bad panic attack that I'm just going to run out of the house right now and I don't even know what to do. I totally get that. I totally get that. And it is hell on earth. It is. If you're struggling with it, you know. If you're living with somebody who struggles with it, if you have a family member that struggles with it, you know, it's awful. And if you're not struggling with it, it can be really difficult to explain to somebody, you know, what you're dealing with and how you know, they sometimes just look at you like, you know, I don't get it. Like, can't you just like do something, like calm down, like just, you know, take a deep breath or something, or just relax and, you know, put on some music, or I mean, I'm telling you, when I was in an intense panic attack, man, there was not much that could, you know, that could calm me down at that point. I mean, if somebody was going to take me by the head, you know, let's even to pray, hey, let's pray about it, man, I would have been like, no, I can't do it. Like, I just got to leave. I just got to get out of here. I just got to, you know, you know, and you lose hope. And you're like, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything out there that can help me. And it's another reason why I'm on here, because I don't want people to be stuck in something they can overcome. And we get told a lot of things. I've gone over some of those things by the medical community, by therapists, by counselors, by family members, that causes us to think that this is just the way I have to live. That this is just like the makeup of my brain right now, and this is just how it's going to be. Like, medication is my only option. Putting up with it is my only option. Living with it is my only option. You know, having these little things, you know, these little coping mechanisms, you know. I mean, I had it for 25 years, so I got very proficient at kind of coping with it. If I was someplace, like I had 4 kids during that time. I have 5, but the last one was born, you know, when I was done with this already. You know, helping out at my kids' school, you know, like I could remember being there and just thinking, like, get this day over with, like get this 2 hours over with, because I got to get out of here, you know. And it was like a straw that broke the camel's back. I was working part-time at the time, and like it was like a day at work, and I seriously went into the dressing room. I was working at a store in Saginaw in the mall, and I went into the dressing room, I remember, and I actually like sat in a corner of the dressing room, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do it anymore. And I drove home. Hey, Jessica, how are you? Good to see you on here. I drove home, and I remember telling my husband, I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I can't do this. I can't live like this anymore. I can't go back to work. And it was at that time we found out about this Christian psychiatric hospital that I spent 3 weeks in that unfortunately came out exactly the same as I went in. And yeah, I get it, you guys. I just totally get it. And that's why, I share these things with you to let you know what a mess I was. I was a mess, but my kids didn't know it. Yeah, they really didn't. It was like, no, I'm not going to just be a mom. I'm going to do, and I'm dying inside the whole time, but I'm like, I don't want them to suffer. I don't want them to, except when I, had to be gone 3 weeks, for that. But, you just become proficient of dying on the inside and, still seemingly looking okay on the outside, So anyway, so that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. That's another reason I'm on here, is because I don't want to see people struggle with this when you don't have to. If you can hear what a mess I was, if you can hear how bad I was entrenched in this, but I've been free for 20 years now, then oh my goodness, that should give you so much hope. That should give you absolutely so much hope that you can break free too. And it is my passion and it is my heart to see as many people set free from this awful, awful way of living, as I can. And I'm not going to go into it big time this time, because I did that last time, with regard to a couple things. Number one is I have a website, and it's reclaimingpeace.com. Reclaimingpeace.com. Last year, I did 3 classes. Reclaiming Peace is a program that I put together. It took me about 2 years to compile everything to do it. As of lately, the last few months, I've done a little revision on some of the things, but it is the principles mixed with godly wisdom, everything that helped me break free, everything that I learned in order to break free from fear, anxiety, and panic attacks. I have compiled into a 10-week course. And I did 1 session at my church last year, and then I did 2 Facebook Live online sessions that was so cool. It was such an amazing way to be able to do this and to get this out to people. So I'm offering it again. I'm doing it at my church. That's starting tomorrow, and that class is pretty much full. And then I'm doing it starting October 2nd and 3rd, 2 nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, for 10 weeks and 2 hours a night. It's about what it was always, about 2 hours a night. And it's a closed, private Facebook group. I limit it to about 10 people. And we go through these sessions, 1 session a week. And I'm on here just like this, and people are on, and they can comment, they can ask questions. I wish somebody that did it, I know a few people that did it say they watch these videos. I wish somebody would go on. I mean, you can go to my website and go to testimonies, and you can read some of the testimonies of people that have done it. But that's what I want to offer. And you get a workbook. It's got the 10 sessions in there. You get the workbook, you get a journal, to go through these sessions. And you guys, it's $79 for 10 weeks, for the 10 full weeks. I don't know if anybody listened last time, but when I did this other session program, I should say, back in the 90s, late 90s, it cost me $425, and it helped me more than anything. But after it, God just it began to show me things and began to show me more things and began to just open my eyes to other things that just solidified the healing that took place and solidified the breakthrough, So my vision is like, yes, I've done it. Yes, this is kind of like my business. Yes, but I want to make it absolutely affordable for people to do, because I want anybody to be able to do it. And what I'm doing too, which is like sort of a no-brainer, is it's $79, but after you get done with those 10 weeks, if you are not satisfied, if you're like, this just didn't do anything, it didn't help me, I don't see any value in it, I will gladly give you that $79 back. And I mean that sincerely. The only stipulation with that is that I ask that you go through all 10 sessions with me, not just like 2 sessions and like, no, I don't, that you go through all of the 10 sessions. And then afterwards you can make that determination. I'm really confident in this program. Because I'm so confident in God, and I'm so confident in the principles. You guys, I did not learn any, and I'm very serious about this. I did not learn any of these principles that have set me free from the Christian counselor that I went to for 4 years. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to. I did not learn any of these things at the Christian psychiatric hospital that I went to. No, that was the most frightening experience of my life. I'm serious about that. It's like I'm not this mentally ill person. I need some help with this. And people from all different issues and different things, and we're making wreaths, and we're making our bed, and we're getting brownie points, and it was like, what am I going to learn that's going to help me break free? It was so discouraging leaving there thinking, oh my gosh, now what am I going to do, right? So I'm just excited. I'm just really, really excited to be able to offer this. And you guys, it's 2 hours a night. And I know, this isn't like a glamorous thing to be, if I was offering makeup tutorials or something like that, or whatever, recipes or things like that. But man, there's nothing more important than gaining your peace back. There's nothing more important than gaining that part of your life back. And that is what God so desperately wants for you. And so do I, because freedom sure feels good. It sure feels amazing. Not to have panic attacks, or not to be in that general anxiety, not to be depressed, and not to have this thing hanging over your head, and I say that you like fashion your life around it. Because even though I did most things, there were a lot of things that I didn't do anymore. There were a lot of things that I just stayed away from, and I usually made an excuse as to why I wouldn't do it or couldn't do it, or no, I just don't feel like doing that. So, you do that. You end up fashioning your life around this fear and anxiety. And man, that's not how God wants you to live. That absolutely is not. Hey, Julia or Chris, is not how God wants you to live, not whatsoever. I know my daughter-in-law, my son just got on, and he's one of my sons that actually ended up struggling with this as well. And he has broke free from this too. It's a hellish way to live. It really, really is. And, I was thinking today, a lot of times before, when I did the program last year, when I did the Facebook Lives, there were several people who were like, yeah, I want to do it, but, I just don't have the time, and, or I've got this, or I've got this. Well, when I did this, I had 4 kids. And I still managed. And I looked up how many hours there are in a week. And what did we say? There's 168. So there's 168 hours in a week. And all I'm asking you for is 2 of those. 2 hours per week for 10 weeks. And maybe you have to go 20 weeks. I've had several people that have gone through the program twice. It just helps to solidify the things that you're learning and stuff, right? 10 weeks, 2 hours, that's 20 hours, right? No. Yeah, that's 20 hours. 20 hours in that span of time. So out of a week's time, take that 2 hours, you guys. You've got nothing to lose. You've got nothing to lose by signing up for this program with me, and everything to gain. Everything to gain. And most of all, that's freedom. Freedom from fear. Freedom from anxiety. Learning what that is, learning how to combat it. You know, all these videos that I've done, you know, are just like little snippets of what the program is, and they're it's wonderful. I mean, if you really don't want to do it, the videos are all there, you know, and they're on a YouTube channel now too. Actually, there's only about 32 on there, and there's 46 videos, so I need to get the rest of them on there too. But you know, that's available all the time for you, and that's going to be helpful, very helpful. But the specialized, you know, spending that time in these 10 topics, you know, and you can see all the topics if you go on the website, reclaimingpeace.com. If you go to program overview, I think it is, and you'll see every one of the sessions, you know, what it covers and things. And that's my heart, right? That's my heart, is that I see people saying, you know what, I'm worth it. I am worth freedom. My freedom is worth $79. Right? $79 in 2 hours a week to achieve. You know, you spend money on lots of things that aren't going to help you overcome fear, anxiety, and panic attacks, right? So, you know, I just pray that God sends the right people, right? That He just sends the right people to say, you're going to make up your mind and go, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this thing, and I'm going to commit to doing it, right? And I'll tell you, if you do it, I think what we figured out, it starts the beginning of October, will be done, I think, the first week of December, depending on what happens during Thanksgiving time, if we, you know, take a week off for that. But you can be in a completely different state of mind, a completely new person by Christmas. I'm very, very serious about that. I really, really am. And what does it take? It takes just signing up. It takes committing yourself to saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to set aside this 2 hours, you know. I mean, the great thing is when I do these Facebook Live videos on the private page, they're always on there. And you always have access to that private page. So if there is a day that you're like, you know, I can't make it at 7 o'clock that day, you know, then you go back and you watch it the next day or whatever. And if you say, wow, that one was good and I really need help with that particular topic, it's there for you. It's there for you. So you can go back and watch it as many times as you want. It's really a beautiful way to do it. It really, really is. So I'm going to go back to what I said in the beginning, what I typed out, right? Nothing is more painful than staying stuck in something that you can overcome. And I'm telling you that you can overcome fear, anxiety, and panic attacks. You can overcome. You are not meant to be stuck in this. You know, I've overcome. Many others have overcome. And I really want you to be next. I really, really do, with all my heart. With all my heart. So share this video again, guys. If you're watching and it's not you that's struggling, but you know somebody who is, you know, share it with them. Tell them to get on my wall, you know, and watch. You know, share the website with them. You know, let them know about these classes coming up, October 2nd, 3rd, Tuesday and Wednesday. Let them know. Let them know to watch these videos, you know, and you can get a little taste of what these classes are going to be like, right? So yeah, and I'm grateful for those of you who have shared. I'm grateful for those of you who have told, you know, other people about it, because it's really it is epidemic proportions. It really, really is anymore, you know. There's a lot going on in the world and stuff like that too, that just kind of, you know, compounds things for us now. And people just need it. Man, they need it. They need to know that they can be set free, but you need a program, right? You need to know what you need. And gosh, there's just one other thing I'm going to say. I watched a video today because, you know, at times I didn't do this a lot because I didn't want to get stuck in the, gosh, I've wasted 25 years in this, and man, why didn't it come before this? And why didn't God just go boom and zap it right away from me? And God, you know, and I heard somebody on a video this morning, she's an amazing woman in ministry, and she had some major health issues and things. And she said the same thing. She was kind of saying the same thing, like, why, you know, why didn't God just, you know, zap it? And I really felt like all of these things, these 10 sessions, all of these things that I have learned, like I needed to learn. If it would have gone boom, I wouldn't have learned all of these things that I want to share with you too, in order to break free, right? Does that make sense? Like there's so much wisdom that I learned about so many things, to change the way I think, to change the way I was talking, to have fear instead of faith. There were so many things that I learned from this, the wisdom that God gave me that I've compiled into this program. It was like he was saying, Heidi, you needed this. You needed this, right? It's like winning the lotto. When you know, you've got no money and you bought a lotto ticket, like you're poor, you've got nothing, you know, and you buy a lotto ticket and all of a sudden you're a millionaire and you haven't been taught how to, you know, manage that money. So it goes, right? All of a sudden you're back to nothing, you know? So it's like, it was kind of the same thing. Had I just snatched it away from you, I would have probably gone back into, not probably, I would have, because I didn't know the skills, you know, needed. You know, once in a great while, you guys, I still get a twinge, okay? And somebody asked me one time in one of the sessions that I did that, you know, well, then you haven't really broke free. And I was like, no, you know, I consider it still breaking free, believe me, compared to what I was. So I'm talking every, I don't even know, you know, just every once in a great while, I can feel a little like rising up, but boom, it's gone. It's gone in a heartbeat. And those are kind of the thing. Those are some of the things that you'll learn too, is just, boy, you can just nip it in a second when you've got the right tools, the principles, godly tools, godly principles that you need in order to break free. So anyway, that's my spiel tonight. So I will be back on Friday, and yeah, so just you know, give it some thought. Put it, you know, don't even maybe give it some thought. Just say, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go on the website. You can go on the website. You click take action, and that's how you do it. You know, you click it. That's how you sign up. Again, I'm limiting it to 10 people each night so that people can ask questions. So we don't have too many on there, so that we can, you know, really concentrate on what we're doing. And I'm telling you guys, it's amazing. It's so cool. I so looked forward to every session that I did with these live Facebook groups last year. It was amazing. And the feedback I got afterwards it brought tears to my eyes. It absolutely brought tears to my eyes. So anyway, that's my deal. I want you free. Come on, guys, I want you free. And so do you. So do you. So, you know, check it out. And I just hope and pray that I see some of you guys come October signing up for that. So God bless you. Have a great night. And yeah, here's to freedom from fear, anxiety, and panic attacks.